I just want to say that people should try and look into that day, which the person literally alleged, or what the person say, get the cameras and see if, any of such had happened.
Now, today's diary sessions, some of the housemates that were not opportune to go for theirs yesterday had theirs today. And I'm going to be focusing on 3. Now, these 3 housemates are Onyeka, Ozee, and of course, Ben. Let's start with Ozee's own. After the how we use and all of that, we went back to this whole Onyeka, Ozee, my madam outside Victoria conversation that has been going on for some time now, and Ozee really thought he was smart. I mean, I'm not saying he's not smart, but he really thought he was so smart for Big Brother that he virtually denied kissing, or in this case, pecking Onyeka on the lips. Something we all saw, something that is very much up on Big Brother's Instagram handle at the moment. And he just flat out denied it. And it's not like this is something that happened like maybe 3 weeks or a week into the house. It's just something that probably just happened last week, because I remember doing a video about it. So him denying it, and people are trying to make him understand. I think the funniest part of this is where he told Big Brother to go back to check, the video clips and all of that. And Big Brother told him, maybe you should, go back to check your memory. And he came out telling his brother that Big Brother is trying to cook up stuff and all of that. Like, when housemates say things like that, it basically makes me laugh, because it's Big Brother's house. You think he doesn't know what's going on in it? And why is it that they are forming amnesia? Like, it's too early. Keep the amnesia thing for the reunion. Now, let's go over to Onyeka's diary session. Yes, I will tell you what I feel about both of them, in one session, because it's connected, yeah? So let's talk about Onyeka. Onyeka took about 45 or 40 minutes in that diary room. Basically, all Big Brother asked her was, how are you? And she went on yapping. See, I'm so sure that whenever Big Brother sees Onyeka or Wani entering his diary room, he's just like, oh, God help me. Yes, because those two can't talk. Anyways, Onyeka decided to unburden her heart, offload everything she has been feeling since Sunday. Yes, she talked about, Ozee's reaction to the thing that Ebuka had made known, Ozee's reaction to the truth that she had spilled on Sunday, Ozee and Victoria's reaction, Ozee not taking accountability, how she, took accountability for their flirting and all of that, how Ozee is trying to turn the whole house against her, how, Ozee has been going ahead talking about her to Topher, to Handy, to Victoria, to Suj, to Sean, and everybody that cares to listen. How she is tired of it, how they want to bring her down and all whatnot. She did not just stop at Ozee. She talked about Victoria, how Victoria was denying her feelings for Ozee, how she thought that Victoria was her G, hence the reason why she went ahead to ask Victoria what she thought about Ozee and her feelings towards Ozee, saying that Victoria actually started liking Ozee or trying to get Ozee's attention because she had mentioned to Victoria that Ozee and his brother Ozee are loaded. And she also made a contradictory statement. She also said that according to Victoria, she knows Ozee and Ozee on Instagram and she follows them. So if she knows them, does she need... Anyways, I digress. So basically, that was what she was saying. She talked about Wani, talked about how Wani, who is supposedly her friend, was feeling jealous and acting some way towards her because of Sean. How Ben had come to tell her, how Wani was fuming and shouting at Sean about her, saying that, that Onyeka had to open her legs, and sit where Sean was and was looking deep into Sean's eyes. She also actually said, in her defense, that the stories were not really gelling because there are different versions of it, and that's where she got to know that there are some lies in that story. Basically, that was her diary session in a nutshell. And I thank Big Brother for giving her words of encouragement, because trust me, that house is not a house you can stay in where you feel like you are defeated and all whatnot. And before the end of her diary session, or at the end of her diary session, the crying began. I know a lot of people were like, oh, she's forming that cry, she's acting. I honestly do not think she's acting. I believe that tears to be real. Being in that house and not being close to somebody you are so close or you were so close with, hearing your name from that person's mouth, even if what the person is saying might not be malicious, but just the fact that the person is discussing you with other people, kind of it's tough. It's hard. So I can understand her tears. Now, this is what I think about both, Ozee's diary session and Onyeka's diary session. First of all, I feel like both of them should sit and talk. I mean, talk. See, talk would have, or talking or having a conversation would have stopped this whole thing earlier than this. Yes, if only they had talked about exactly what they were, nobody would have had this assumption. And I'm happy that Onyeka took accountability of, her action in the flirting, because it takes two to tango, like Big Brother said. I'm happy that she understands that she flirted. Whether you started the flirting or you flirted back, the bottom line is you flirted with this guy, right? And the only place I feel like Onyeka is not taking accountability is the fact that she keeps denying that she likes this guy. Like, it's crazy how when she was describing the guy that she, the kind of guy she likes, she said she likes a very hairy guy. And also knowing that she had hinted that she dated a musician, Odumodu Black. Looking at Odumodu Black's picture and that of Ozee, you could understand. We can understand these things. But baby girl is not. She's standing her ground saying that she doesn't like this guy. But somehow she's saying that Victoria has a liking to this guy. Again, I don't know why she feels the need for Victoria to admit to her that she likes this guy. She and Victoria are not even that close. You understand? And I think that's where she's missing it. She keeps convincing herself that the reason why she wants to know is because she wants to put in a good work for Victoria. But we saw what we saw and we know that's not it. Secondly, Ozee is refusing to take accountability. Like, guy, the peck happened. There were other instances where you enabled her. So I only just feel like it's fair for you to admit it. That's why I said they should sit and have a conversation. And concerning Wani's situation, I thought we're past that. I thought that Wani had a conversation with her, telling her that, okay, this is not just about you, even if it's not you, because we saw Wani also act that way when Nelly was all touchy-touchy towards Sean, right? So it's crazy how she feels like Sean is her guy, but it's the same Sean in the head of house room a few days ago that was warning Wani against her. And also another thing I want to point out, and I think this is a big issue that Onyeka is facing, and I don't think right now that it's a game. I feel like this is who she is. I feel like Onyeka genuinely thinks that if a guy is being friendly, and I'm not talking about Ozee before you guys start, Ozee, his own cases is there. He was flirtatious with her. But aside from Ozee, other guys in the house, right, were friendly towards Onyeka. Right? From the get-go, they were really friendly because she has a very friendly nature. And it's crazy how she interprets that as, oh, they want me. Like, friendliness doesn't mean that this guy wants you. A guy might be attracted to your personality, doesn't mean he romantically wants you. And I honestly feel like that's where she's missing this whole thing. All in all, I know that she'll be fine. I love the fact that she aired her views and onboarding her heart to Big Brother. And I know that if she sits with Ozee, let them drop their pride and have a conversation. I'm sure they will be fine. Because it looks like both of them, one person bottling it, the other person, broadcasting to the whole world about it, doing media rounds. It's just a way of saying we actually need to talk. And for those people that are like, oh, why is Ozee talking about it? I mean, have we forgotten how Onyeka basically was doing a media round on Ozee's head the weeks before? I mean, let's all be fair in our judgments. Yes, guys, now talking about being fair, let's talk about Ben's diary session. Now, I do not know about you guys, but I feel like this matter has lingered for a while and it's quite unusual for Big Brother Naija. Yes, this whole matter of Handy claiming or saying that when Ben, I think it was two days or 3 days ago, when Ben wanted to come, or when Ben came to wake her up, he touched her nipple. And she was asleep and she felt like he touched her nipple. And she told Wani about it, and Wani told Sean, and Sean told them to calm down, that Big Brother will handle it and that he will play the clip. Now, I've noticed that it's been kept hush hush. Even Ben today in his diary session, I pitied him. I'm not gonna lie. The guy is genuinely disturbed. We've seen, housemates talk about him coming out of the diary session after a private audience with Big Brother crying. We saw how his mood was, during the party yesterday. It's all, connected to all of this. And we also see Handy that day, how she was down. So both the person that feels like, this person touched me and the person that was said to have touched the person, they are all being affected by this. My question is, why is it taking so long for Big Brother to act? It's concerning because we're not used to this. We're used to Big Brother, you do something, the next day he plays the clip for the whole house to watch. Right? Now, seeing that hasn't happened, and this is like the third day or the fourth day, I'm not sure, I feel like maybe there is a blind spot in that house when it comes to the cameras. I don't know if you guys remember Mercy and Kid Wire's kiss last year. We never got that on camera. We only heard sounds and we assumed, and our assumption was right, of course. I mean, if you saw that, you know that that's what had happened. And it took Ebuka asking a very smart questions for us to know that that's actually what happened. But did we see the clip? No, there was no clip because there was a blind spot in that house and Kid Wire and Mercy figured it out. And I'm thinking maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what had happened here. Or number two, maybe the video wasn't clear because you can't judge a case where the evidence you're presenting isn't clear. It can go either ways. Now, looking at this, it's going to be very difficult for Big Brother to give a verdict. Yeah, because if it's as clear as ABC, don't you think that Big Brother would have given a verdict before now? I had a talk with someone and the person said, oh, maybe it's because it's Handy, maybe it's because, maybe she wasn't sure about it and that's not exactly what had happened. And you know how Wani and Handy are like, there are people, part of the people making us enjoy the show and giving drama and all that. And I'm like, nah, I do not think so. If Big Brother can go ahead and evict Maria on the 5th week that year, he can do away with anybody if he feels like another person's safety is not guaranteed in that house. That's not Big Brother. I feel like this is, like Big Brother would say, a sensitive situation where the evidence, that could either prove that this person did it or this person did not do it is kind of very blurry. And they are trying to find a way around this. But honestly, my heart goes out to Ben. Yeah, my heart also goes out to Handy because, I could imagine what she felt at that point, sleeping and you feel somebody's hands on your breast. I mean, it's a lot. But whichever one it is, we also are keeping our fingers crossed, waiting for Big Brother's verdict because I know Big Brother sees everything. Also, he tells us, and I'm sure he's going to make the right decisions. Let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ozee Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead.